So you remember how earlier we talked about changing the way we have seen things from our past. And remember, we use this big thing in photography, our subject area, and then we used cropping, and then we used that area that we zeroed in on, and we said to take that off to try and see things differently and to widen that cropping. So in other words, when we look at past events, we can reinterpret what they mean to us and change it from something that's tragic, horrific, and stressful to something that benefits us. So we've got to go through and list the things that are negative in our life, our negative experiences. So go ahead and make that list. And just to give you an idea, so this is the book that I use with y'all. It's just a lovely notebook. But to give you an idea of mine when I started, it's a good 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of things that are negative. And I'm going through those and rewriting them a little bit and reimagining them in different ways that are helping me so that I can progress in life. The biggest thing that I have taken from all of these experiences and the negative emotions that have generated from them is that I long for security and for safety, and that is something that is really important to me. So by going through that and realizing that, now I can create that in my own life so that I have less stress. It's really quite a wonderful process. So what I want you to do is to make your list, and you can start out small. Think of perhaps maybe the biggest events that you have to get started with that really had an effect on you and shaped who you are now, and perhaps not in a positive way. And go through them, do what we said, find different ways to look at it, try to see what the good is that came from it. And I know there are some experiences in life that are very, very difficult to see where the good is in those experiences. If you need to, start out small. But if you can, go through the big ones and figure out how you can change it so that you do have a blessing from that event. And then basically what we're going to do is we've talked about this before metaphorically with our food, throwing out the trash. And we're going to use this to throw out the trash that has been hindering our growth on our progression, because most of the time in life, we don't eat because we're hungry. We don't overeat because we're hungry. Food has become a tool, if you recall, that has worked really well for a really, really long time and has been a great friend to us to keep us whole while we're experiencing a very chaotic life. We're going to make some new scripts for ourselves from these experiences. So, one thing that I came to for myself at the end of this experiment, I wrote a letter. And so I hope that you guys find some value in this that I'll be sharing. Dearest Danielle, I am saying goodbye to the old you. We used to love anything with sugar and depressing thoughts. We used to love aloneness and misery. And now, I don't need time apart. I just need to leave. I'm leaving the lonely, depressed me. I'm breaking up with you. It doesn't mean that I don't care, and there may be some things I'll miss for a while. But by doing this, I'm on to my next better life. And I'm even becoming more of myself. I used to use you to comfort me every day. I'd feel short of perfection. And right now, I just don't need you. There may be days of pain ahead, but in time, there will be less and less. Goodbye. There was also another one that I had with a dear friend of mine who was struggling as well. And she wrote her letter to her, quote, very bad boyfriend. And her very bad boyfriend was food. And she broke up with him. It was pretty funny, as you can imagine, because she was like, you're all looks, but when it comes to substance, there's nothing there. So go ahead and have fun with it. And just see where this takes you. See what kind of a journey this starts you on.